you focus on me.
It's different, baby. I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
But you tried to say what you tried to say. Bro.
I'm looking right at you.
I know you looking at me.
I ain't backing down. You better take your old ass and get somebody to love you.
Damn, Bo.
Welcome back to my channel. My name is Giselle Lenya. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss a post. In today's episode, we're diving into the depths of modern dating dilemmas. Today's topic is one that often sparks intrigue and curiosity: dating older men. Whether you're considering it, already in a relationship, or simply curious about the dynamics involved, this episode aims to shed light on the complexities and rewards of intergenerational romance, from shared experiences to navigating societal perceptions. Join us as we explore the ins and outs of dating across the age gap.
What are the pros and the cons to dating guys older than me?
Ain't nobody in here ever had a teacher or a professor that was the same age as him. If we kings, let us teach.
So what do you teach her?
Amen.
What are some of the things you teach her?
Amen, King. Teach her.
That
took a damn turn.
When you date somebody older, sometimes they can act like they your parent, and they can and then, because I'm listening to how you took control of that whole conversation, and that was kind of questionable right there, because it told me something, just like it told the rest of y'all something. You hear me? Okay. The problem is that when it's somebody younger than you, you feel like you can fix them. You want them to move at your pace in life. But you have to be careful. I'm going to say this to you because I'm not in y'all relationship. I'm going to say this to you right here, okay? You still have to learn life at your own pace, okay? It's beautiful that you have somebody that can hold you accountable because of their life experiences, but this is your life. You can't merge your identity to him because he has more life experiences than you, okay? So be careful with that. Now, I'm not saying that it's predatory what it is that you're doing. I'm just saying when you enter that dynamic, it's very easy to feel like I am a parent. I am fathering you. I'm trying to fix you. I'm trying to teach you. And although it may come from a good place, good intent, sometimes it's not always good for you.
I went on a date with an older guy, and I'm sitting there looking at the menu trying to figure out what I want to order. He glanced at the menu for like 2 seconds. So the waitress comes and she's like, "Are you guys ready to order?" And he goes, I was still looking at the menu kind of like, "No, I'm not ready to order." And he starts ordering and he goes, "We're going to have this, and this, and she's going to get that, and that." And the lady goes, "Okay, put that right in for you and I'll get the drinks." And my immediate reaction was like, what the hell? You're not gonna let me order? But I said, "Hold on, Christina, think about this." And I kind of sat there and I was like, oh, I kind of like that. I kind of like that he ordered for me. It kind of turned me on in a way. No one has ever ordered for me before and it was new, but I was like, I like that. It just taught me, like, if he does something different or like out of the ordinary that you're not used to, just evaluate it for a second and be like, "Okay, Christina, do you like this? Was it cool?" Or like, "What do you think?" Instead of reacting so fast,
Dating. What advice? If somebody, if a group of women were in here and it's like, come on, they talk to us. How this dating thing? Because it's Mo is different now than when you and I.
It's different, baby. I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
But you tried to say what you tried to say. Mo,
I'm looking right at you.
I know you looking at me.
I ain't backing down. You better take your old ass and get somebody to love you.
Damn, Mo.
Now I'm looking right at y'all. Let me tell y'all what Shannon needs.
Let me live my life.
Let me tell you what my baby needs. He need him an old fat gal who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings, who gonna rub his feet at the nighttime, okay, and gonna have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon needs. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl.
I know.
This is your auntie talking to you. Take your old ass and get you an old bitch out there that can love you old. You're trying to hang out with these young bitches and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it.
Dang.
When they want you to go for the 4th round, you looking at her like, "Bitch, listen, you want some money to go to Starbucks?"
Yeah.
Because I can't go no further. But if you get your older girl, when you get to that 4th round, she's going to say, hold on. Let me go get you some eggs and cheese and some toast with apple butter, because that's going to get your energy back up. I'm talking right to you. Shit. So he thought I was going to be scared. Yes, I'm talking, and I know an old gal, she'd be good to you. Her name is Elladora. Now, when you know somebody named Elladora,
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
old school. Now, Miss Elladora told me to tell you. She said, I think he like red velvet.
Oh, I do.
I say, Miss Elladora, if he do like that, she said, you let him know I got something for him.
Yeah, I
And
like
she
red
don't
velvet.
have no teeth. Come on, pick your glass up and clack it for me.
I love
Come
red
on now.
velvet. I
These
love
young
red
gals will
velvet.
bite you. Okay?
Yeah. Okay, guess I gotta come on home.
Come on home, Shannon. And y'all stop putting lies out about my brother because I was in my feelings when y'all said he didn't date black women. Y'all stop that shit. You stop it. Now, he might throw a white one in there every now and again. And it's okay. It's okay. Because sometimes, we ain't into everything.
Yeah.
We don't do everything. So sometimes Uncle Shay Shay need a spice of life.
Yeah, see? There you
He
go.
need to go across the street, but he always gonna come back. That's all we saying to you, Oprah and Tyler. Come on home. Come on home. Come on home. Come on home.
Younger woman is going to be more open to new things. Like I said, a younger woman is going to be more impressionable. I mean, I've never met a man that is like, yo, I prefer my woman to have 10 plus years of experiences of dealing with other.
So once again, the predators are telling on themselves. I hate to say it, but only a manipulative person would desire to be with someone because they are impressionable. Like, there are so many other characteristics and personality traits that you should look for in a partner, right? They should be kind. They should be respectful, reasonable, compassionate. Right? Oh, there's so many things. But the first thing that comes to this man's mind is that they need to be impressionable, and that means he has to pursue younger women because younger women are naive and don't know what his true intentions are. It's whatever though, because at least the creepy men are just saying it out loud now. They're just letting us know what kind of timing they're on, and I kind of appreciate them for that.
Share this tip with girls who are in their early 20s and they may be dating an older guy because older guys just seems to be attracted to them because you're so mature for your age. Don't be scared to ask him for some money. Don't be scared. The only reason why most older guys, I feel like they go for younger girls is because they know that younger girls don't really know their worth yet. So when he asks you how much you need to tell him nothing below $2,000. You need to tell him, I need $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. Yeah, you need it all. Older guys are under the impression that younger girls don't really have bills. But yes, you have bills. You got a business you need to start. You got school fees. You got books you need to buy. All of that. Never be scared to ask. Don't allow him to put you on your back and provide nothing for you and him tell you you're so mature and I love that about you. No, sir, you need some money. Tuition ain't free. Books ain't free. Looking good ain't free. You need all of that.
So I wanted to share my thoughts on the previous video. The creator looks so gorgeous. I love the hair. But anyways, y'all. So growing up, my father would always tell me to not let a man do anything for you. So I believe that there are pros and cons to that mindset. But it was hard for me to allow a man to do the basics like pay for a date or buy me gifts and shower me and stuff. Nonetheless, when I see a woman encouraging young women to do the same and to ask a man for money, it is a very dangerous game in my opinion, especially when you don't come from that hustle background. I think that you're playing with fire. In my opinion, people work very hard for their money, so that means a lot spiritually, and it turns the relationship into a transactional relationship when you are exchanging your favors for currency. So in my personal opinion, I do believe that it is okay for you to ask a man that you are seeing exclusively for whatever, money, gifts, etc. But I don't believe that when you meet a man, you should be requesting these favors. It puts you in a dangerous zone. Get to find out who that man is, what his character is, and then maybe you can go there. But I honestly don't believe in using a man just to use him and just because it's available to you. Money isn't everything. Your safety and sanity is worth much more.
I always advise young women to date at least older men because, they get a lot. Just think about this. Your life experiences could be so much better. You could have so much more freedom just by deciding to date an older guy who's already financially stable versus struggling with someone else that's probably going to cheat on you anyway because they're young and they're going to make mistakes. Probably more so than an older man, you know. So I'm just thinking, if you're going to go that route, just don't expect too much. That's all I'm going to say. Do not expect too much. If you're in it, don't expect too much. Don't be mad when it's not turning out like you wanted it to. I would never live with someone if I had to pay anything in that household. You know, that's just me though. Because I could live at home for free with my mom. Like, you know, if I was young, or I could get my own place, and pay my own bills without having to share it with another person, you know. So I would never. If you are a man and you're supposed to be all masculine, big, bold, and protector and provider, then that's what you need to be doing. So, because, you know, think about it. You know why women are the prize? If you live with a grown man, just think about all of the potential men that you're not dating. You know, imagine all the potential men with more money who can pay your bills that are not being dated by you. If you live with a man and you have to pay 50-50, I would still secretly date, because especially if you're not married, you're still single. And if he's not providing all of your needs, he's not husband material anyway. So you have nothing to lose but a roommate, you know. So no one cares about losing a roommate if they're going to gain someone who's going to pay all the bills, okay? No one cares. In fact, they would probably prefer it. I've had people asking me how to get rid of their Dusty. How do I kick this man out of my house? I don't want to be with him anymore. He's broke. He doesn't do anything.
Dating tips for dating guys in their 40s to 50s. For some reason, I was under the impression that the girls that listened to my tips were dating guys in their 20s to 30s. And that's why the advice was kind of tailored more to that age range. But you're completely right. 40s to 50s, first of all, this age range of men, elite. But you're completely right. They do not like games. They do not like stress. If they smell a hint of that, they'll drop you in a second. Here are some things that men in their 40s, 50s like. They like when you're direct with them. They like when you are confident and you can speak up when you want something. They also like girls who know how to have good conversations. And a good way to get better at holding conversations is to just be more well-versed on what's going on in the world. And an easy way to do this is to honestly just go on Twitter and see what's going on there. But also form a stance on issues and opinions so that you can show that you stand for something. Third, men in this age range also really like outgoing and social girls. Girls that bring energy and are full of life and just love to live. Because you know when you get old, you lose energy. So they just want you to bring the life back to them. But with that said, if you want to attract the men in this age range, you should be a bit more outgoing because they're likely not going to make the first move. They're probably not going to be the aggressor because they don't want to come off as a creep. They'll probably have to make the first move, drop a hint, leave the door open to show them that, you know, there's a chance. I'll talk more about this in my dating tips ebook, and I'm going to drop it tonight, guys. So stay tuned.
People always assume that girls who are younger are with older dudes because they have money. And while that does help, I could think of 1,000 other reasons why I love dating my man so much more than any of the 20-something-year-old dudes that I've ever messed with in my life. Number one, y'all younger dudes know how to use a phone. My man barely knows how to unlock his phone. DMing other girls on Instagram doesn't exist. He can't even find the Messenger app half the time. Craig calls me nicknames like honey, sweetheart, foxy lady. I eat it up every time. 3, my man knows a lot of shit. Y'all barely know how to wash your ass every day. My man is like my own little Google. I'd be like, what's this? What's thatting him all day to death. When I'm with him, I can just turn my brain off, especially at the airport. What's going on? I don't know. I just know I got to be on a flight because I am going to land in Miami at 3 o'clock. 4, he says shit like, let's hightail it out of here. Man, what the hell do that mean? I don't know. I love it. I think they're different.
I wouldn't want you guys to miss up the opportunities. When I was like 23, 24, like again, I'm in my late 20s. When I had guys older than me coming at me, I always wanted to make sure they see that I had my life together. And with them always seeing I had my life together, I was always scared to ask them for what I needed. And me being scared to ask them for what I needed, they took advantage of me. They gave me crumbs and that was it. But had I had made myself seem like, even though I know I have it all together and clearly they can see, I didn't have to make myself seem so independent. And that's the advice I want to give to girls in their 20s. Don't look so overly independent. Don't try to date an older guy and show him you're so independent. He can see what you have. He can see the level you're at. He can clearly see that you're at a good level. That's the reason why he's talking to you. But you don't need to make it seem like, oh yeah, well, I got my own car, I got my own business, keep all that to yourself. You don't need to be telling no older man how much money you make. You need to tell him, oh, I got this, I got my... None of that. Shh. Close your D suckers. Close your D suckers. Asking for some money. He can clearly see the level you're at. He needs to either be adding to you at that level or bringing you to the next level. If he's not doing none of that, like I said, next caller. Don't waste your time. When you're dating an older guy, gauge him by his tax bracket. Know what he can afford. If you know he can afford $5K, always ask him for $5K. If you know he can only afford $2,000, always ask him for $2,000. Never feel like, oh my God, I don't want to ask for too much. That's too much money. Never feel like it's too much money, because trust me, if he's not giving it to you, he's going to give it to the next girl that knows her worth. So always ask for more. When you ask an older guy for more money than you need, two things. It's either he's going to give you more than you asked for, or he's going to give you less, which is the exact amount that you need. Let's say you need $1,000. Never ask for $1,000. You'll be like, oh, baby, I need $3,000. You're going to get extra money, and you're putting yourself at that level, because $500, $200, listen, in 2023, you should not be asking no man for $100, $200, $300. That's chicken change. It makes him feel like you asking him for this kind of small money. You need to be asking for something big. You need to be asking for a band, 2 bands, 3 bands. That's what you need to be asking for. You don't need to be asking no man in 2023 for $100, $200, and he's telling you he don't got it. Next caller. You're not a little girl. You're not a level 1 or level 2 babe. Behave like a babe that's on level 7, level 8. Yeah, I need $1,000. Yeah, I need $2,000. Yeah, I need $3,000. Yeah, even though he cannot give you that exact amount, he's still going to give you something that's more than you asked for. Because, again, men are good negotiators. But don't go asking no man for no $100. Oh, babe, I just need $200. Oh, babe, I just need $300. In this economy, $300 is like $20. Okay? And you are not a $20 babe. Hello.
Why is it that other people have such big opinions about big age gaps?
There's something creepy about, like, let's say we have like a 20-year-old girl dating a 35 to 40-year-old man.
Mm-hmm.
What the do you have in common at that point, other than you're finding their age attractive?
But it also depends on where the age is, right? Because if it's 20 and 40, it might be a little different than if it was 30 and 50. Even though it's 20 years apart, a 20-year-old, you're like, you were just a teenager, versus a 30-year-old, you're like,
had some life experience.
You have some life experiences, and, you know,
I'm not going to make friends with a lot of guys who are 45, 50 years old right now with this TikTok, who are dating women in their 20s, okay? Because I think I figured out why we do it. At age 45, guy my age dating a woman who's 25, it might be because I'm stuck as a man at the emotional maturity level of that 25-year-old woman. There's nothing wrong with her being emotionally 25 if she is 25. There's a real problem with me being emotionally 25 if I'm 45, walking around with my silver in my beard and in my hair, with my nice car, with my established job. I look like a safe place for that 25-year-old woman. She wants a guy who's going to treat her maturely and fairly. And so she gets into the relationship with the guy who's 45, thinking he's going to treat her differently than that guy who's 23-year-old. Well, nope. It's a bait and switch, and it hurts worse than being hurt by a 23-year-old. Because you're 43, 44, 45, and you still haven't healed that wound as a man that you got when you were 23, when you came out of your first relationship. Here's to stopping using women who are in their 20s as emotional scratching posts, guys. Quit dating those women, get into therapy, actually become that emotionally secure, emotionally available man. And then if you still want to date somebody who's 25, you can do that and actually give emotionally what you're advertising with the silver in your beard. Or just date somebody your own age.
The older I get, the more I realize why older men date women that are significantly younger than them, and only because the women their age would never, ever even glance at them twice. Because now there are men my age that try to approach me and I have to actively withhold the urge to spit on them, but younger me would have just died over them, and it was for stupid reasons, like, oh my god, he's so cool and mature, he has his own apartment. He should, he's 30. I just thought that was such a sign of maturity and being like a real grown-up, but those men were creme de la piss, okay, like cream of the turds. Just very unimpressive, but I thought that them having like, you know, good jobs was a sign of them being real adults, and they were just little immature baby boys. But yeah, those men are almost always losers. Still think it's gross, but now I see the logic.
I'm going to do a PSA to young women. If you think that you are dating a hot, sexy, older man who makes his own money and has it together and he's 32 and you're 21, let me tell you fucking something. You think that you're smart, and I'm sure you are, baby girl, but you're not smart enough. And you will look back when you're 28 and you will say, ew. What was I doing? And you will say, if I knew a man this age dating a girl that young, I would slap him back and forth. And I hate to break it to you, because I've done it, and she's done it, and I heard women tell me the same thing, and I rolled my eyes, but I'm going to tell you now, and you roll your eyes all you want, you're going to look back, and you're going to say, ew.
You embarrassed in your 20s walking around with an old man? I sure wasn't, because black don't crack, baby. Was sacrificing your 20s with an old man worth it? Sure was. I got to go on vacation. I got nice cars, nice house, nice wardrobe. Don't have to work ever. It was very fun. Was working hard and getting what you call it? Wrongfully terminated. Was that fun in your 40s? Oh, so tired. Uh-oh, where she went? I'm drinking tea. Y'all see the tea bags?
Date men in the 40s to 50s, not to be annoying, but you have to be completely in your feminine energy. Older men are very old school. They lead, they provide, they protect, and they want you to follow their lead. And the thing is, they don't even comprehend the whole feminine, masculine energy discourse, because to them, that style of dating is all they know. So if they offer you something and you say no, for example, if they offer to give you a ride or come pick you up, but you're like, no, I want to get there on my own. Or if they offer to take you to dinner, but you want drinks because it's more convenient for your schedule. Or if they offer to help you with your coat and you're like, no, I got this. If you're not willing to receive what they offer, they're just going to think that you're not into them or that you're not compatible with them. And because they value positive and energizing energy, they're not going to want to spend time with you. So if you really want to benefit romantically from dating older men, you have to be in your feminine energy.
A lot of girls make in their 20s when they're dating older guys is trying to make it seem like they have their life all sorted out. Like, yeah, I'm paying my own bills. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. You need to test him. See if he's going to help you elevate. And if he's not even trying to help you elevate, then why are you talking to a guy that's 15 years, 20 years older than you if he's not even trying to elevate you? Yeah, babe, how are you? Hope you ate. Baby, I'm having a hard time right now. Yeah, I need to pay my rent. Or my school fees are due and my rent is due and I need some money for some books. I need a new laptop. The laptop that I just got, it got a virus on it and it had all my school work on it. I'm so hurt right now. I don't know what to do. And being an older guy, he is stable. If that man does not make any provisions to help you or say, oh, babe, don't worry, I got you on the rent, or babe, don't worry, I'm going to get you a new laptop. He doesn't try to help you with at least one thing. Next caller.
I don't know what young girl needs to hear this, but hear it from me, because an older woman told me the same thing. And I was like, whatever, she's just bitter because she's old. And I just saw this creator, I'm going to tag her in here, talking about how the patriarchy loves to try to get younger women to adhere to it because they now deem older women as like, you're irrelevant. Because basically they realize that certain men just ain't shit and they're not putting up with it, right? So anyways, One, there's so many signs to tell if this age gap is actually healthy for you. But a good sign to look at is that if all of his past girlfriends were young too, you need to fucking run, bitch. Why is it that as a 46-year-old man, no women who are 46 years old or in their 40s or in their 30s want to date you? Or why are you not looking for women in that age? And of course, we've seen all the podcasts with the men. It's because they're hoping that they can mold you into the woman they want you to be instead of who you actually are. And that is exactly why none of them worked. They all wanted me to be someone who I wasn't. So listen, don't make the same mistake. But if you got to make the mistake on your own, I understand. I had to make it myself too, but just hopefully to save somebody some heartbreak.
Older men will sit there and play with you. They know that you're less experienced.
If you're in your 20s and there's a man that's in his 50s that wants to date you, you have to think to yourself, why does he want to date someone that's old enough to be his daughter? He shouldn't even want to entertain someone that's young enough to be his child. There are a lot of older men taking advantage of younger girls, especially if they have a good finance. Some older men will use their money as a tool, especially if they can introduce you to a certain type of lifestyle. And there's also men that go for younger women because they want to relive their youth. So they try to live it through the younger partner. Oftentimes, when a guy is dating a girl that's that young, they don't have any good intentions. You'll find that a lot of guys go into these relationships because it's easier to manipulate a younger woman. Now, this isn't always the case when an older guy dates a younger woman, but you have to be careful if you are interested in an older guy. I know you may view them as more mature, more experienced, and have better finance, but you have to think to yourself, is it really worth it? Especially if you want kids and you want to build a certain type of future. For relationship and mental health coaching, click the link in my bio.
Nest, you got the better end of the deal because you have a tie to me forever.
So I've been keeping up with the situation before she got with PJ. Just who she was and how she moved, the book and all that shit. And absolutely this woman preyed on this young man. Now listen, I'm in no way absolving him of his responsibility, but look at this. If you take a young, impoverished black man, like most of these NBA and football players are, you give them a whole bunch of money and you expose them to a lifestyle that they never would have been in if it wasn't for that talent. And that person meets a veteran predator like Brittany Renner, of course they're going to get taken advantage of. This woman became a chameleon for this guy, not unlike regular relationships where a person becomes everything that the other person wants so that they can get them. But out of all this, the one that I hurt for the most is the child, because when this child looks back and sees that their existence was just a scheme for a check, their entire being and world is going to be distorted.
Why do so many men our age, late 30s, all the 40s, not want relationships and just want casual sex with much younger women instead of actually dating? Well, ma'am, I'm going to shoot it direct and I'm going to give you a real answer. But let's keep it between us on this page. Most men, late 30s, 40s, are just now, for the first time, experiencing what their value is in the world. And it's getting shown out here because people want what they have. It's sexy. It is of value to the opposite. It is their knowledge, their experience, their resources, their network. It took them decades to get to this point. So when they get to this point, let me remind you, when they were 21, 22, 23, 24, girls their age were seeing guys that were 29, 30. When they were 27, 28, girls their age were seeing guys that were in their mid-30s. Because that's what they valued at the time. So they weren't taking those guys seriously. Now, you might say, well, yeah, they were out here hanging around, and even if they were able to get one just to sleep with, or a couple to sleep with, even if they had good game, they weren't taken seriously because they didn't have those things that the girls their age valued. So now they're at a point when they're late 30s and 40s where they're just for the first time experiencing that desire from women that are younger. And they're just now for the first time because when you were 24, 25, you had this desire. You were desired by many. He didn't have that at 24, 25. So right now he's experiencing it for the first time and he's saying to himself, why would I want to settle now when I'm just for the first time tasting what it feels like to be desired and wanted as a man? That's why. That is why guys in their late 30s and their 40s will not want to commit because they have their options open for the first time in their adult life because they've utilized their adulthood, they've acquired the resources, the knowledge and experience to be able to be attractive to the opposite. So now for the first time, they're saying, well, I don't know if I'm ready to settle down with that because now for the first time I have options. Because when I was 24, 26, 27, nobody wanted to take me seriously. Even if they wanted to have fun with me for a second, but nobody took me seriously enough because they always went for the guys that were above me. So now, that's how they act. I'm not saying what's right or what isn't right. It is what it is. So if you're wondering why, that's the main reason why. Now, what to do about it? Now, if you guys are around that age group and guys your age are not taking you seriously, you're going to have to. Now, you don't have to, but if you actually want to do something about it, you're going to have to step your game up. And if you don't want to step your game up, fine. You don't need to. But those guys will have more of their options open than they've had before in the past, and they will do what they feel is necessary. And I hope you guys do what you want with this information, but I shoot it straight. Much love.
As we wrap up our discussion on dating older men, it's clear that these relationships can be both fulfilling and challenging, offering unique dynamics and experiences. Whether you're drawn to the wisdom and stability of an older partner or navigating the complexities of societal perceptions, it's important to prioritize mutual respect, communication, and understanding. If you are in an age gap relationship, share down below your thoughts on this video. If you've dated older and have some advice, please let us know down in the comments below. Until next time, God bless and stay safe. Bye!
Can you focus on me? Baby, can you focus on me?